Hi, good morning and good evening, everyone. This is Odie. I am talking to you about the polar invasion event that we have coming up. I wanted to highlight some things that are very important. I know I've sent this to you a number of times, but I'm still going to reiterate it. That the match lasts for 70 minutes. For the first 40 minutes, you will not need to use any of your buffs, your Aeon, your troop expands, your speeds, your recalls, none of that, unless specifically told to you by your commanders. Okay? Once again, you're not going to need any of that until instructed or otherwise instructed. Alright? So, once again, do not use any speed, any of the buffs. It is not necessary until the last 30 minutes. At the 30-minute mark, that's when you turn on everything. Your troop expand, your Aeon, all of your buffs, because you will need it the last 30 minutes. Also, if you will notice up here, we have our score. You will not have to worry about that score. Forget about it. The commanders will worry about it. And as a matter of fact, every single win we've had, we've come from behind. And do you know why? Because the rest of the alliances we're playing against, they waste all of their buffs, all of their speed, all of their resources in the beginning of the match. But the match truly is the last 30 minutes, okay? Now, over here, we have our boost, okay? Do not go crazy with the boost at the very beginning of the match because you may or may not need it. We'll be able to determine that later on. Once again, the last 30 minutes. This is a marathon. You want to use your resources wisely. Okay? So, the key to this game is strategy, organization, timing, and numbers. Okay? We have to get the bases, reach them together within the time that we all leave the base. It has to be organized, and that's why we have commanders. And bottom line, we need the numbers. It is a game where if you don't have at least a minimum of 30 players in the game, it doesn't matter how many whales you have, it just doesn't matter. And also understand that in Vicus, we are like a super alliance in a way. We're a top 30 alliance, okay? Most nations do not have the alliance that we have. So when we have 30 players, they are solid. They are solid players, and that's what we need. We need at least 30. 50 would be great. 30 minimum. Okay. All of our attacks are TA, time attacks. You can only leave from the home base. This is our home base. So all of our attacks come from our home base to any of the other bases that we have, okay? So when a commander gives a command, say go to A3, then within 5 seconds of that commander saying, attack A3, you leave within those 5 seconds, sorry. Okay. Now you will notice that there is a timer on each base. So we can attack this third base over here, base A8, until this timer goes off. So it is very important to have the timer, have the commanders time their attacks accordingly. Also understand that you get certain points. You get certain points for first occupation. Alright? I'm not as worried about being there first as being there organized and together. That is the key. Organized and together. Alright, so as I was saying, you get points for first occupation and you get points for holding the strongholds. Now, where do you get the most points? Right here. This right here is key. You want to hold these right here. This is the entire game. Level 4, level 5, level 6. This is it. And holding at the very end, level 6. That's an additional 3,000 points. That is the entire game. What you want to do also is ensure that you cut off the opponents at key choke points from reaching the other key bases that you want to hold. So they can't get to the bases that they do not have a direct line to. That works reverse for us as well. If we are cut off from the bases that we want to advance to, then we're lost. And once again, this is the objective right here. We must hold the 6th level base. We must. Notice also that the level 5 and the level 6 bases open up at the same time. So what you must do is capture the level 5 base. You have to get ready. The commanders will notice the time. They will announce when to recall and when to attack. It's all TA. It's not speeding. So you take the level 5.
So you're taking all the bread to your room?
Once you have it, you instant recall.
Okay.
And then you attack the level 6. Okay. There are 3 things that we're all going to have that are going to be vitally important. Okay? Speed. All right. The heels. Okay. And the instant recall. Those are the 3 items that are the most precious and the most needed. We will not use any of them until the last 30 minutes. Okay, so what are we going to be doing, all right, for the first 40 minutes? All right, well, one, at the very beginning, 10 minutes before the match even begins, you're going to recall all your troops to the base, okay? You're going to make sure all the command skills on war. You're going to make sure all your war officers are in place. Then, boom, it starts the actual match. You can only take 1 million troops. You're going to take your best troops. That's if you're long-range troops, they're going to be long-range troops. If they're mid-range, they're going to be mid-range. And make sure you have plenty of melee. But I'm not even going to worry about that too much, and I'll tell you why. And this is also hugely important. You are going to be dropped free troops, high tier troops, throughout the match, like every 5 minutes. I cannot stress this enough, how important that is. By the time you reach the 30-minute mark, you will have the highest tier troops that are in the game, the highest tier troops. You're going to use those troops as your troops that you are going to be fighting with. So you are going to need to configure your troops with the highest tier troops that you have into your attack formation. Okay? And so you will need to do that by the time you reach the 30-minute mark. Okay? And then you only heal those high tier troops. Alright? This game is incredibly fast paced. You are just going to be everything is just going to be going too fast after the 30-minute mark, so you have to be able to get it all organized in such a way that you can send the highest tier troops, already set that configuration up, and heal those higher tier troops. Alright? Okay. So, once again, at the end, you want to hold the last base, which is level number 6. Okay. Now, once you do, while you have it, you've just grabbed it, right? You have it. All right. So this is now the last, 20 minutes of the match. Okay. Now you need to grab the surrounding ones. You instant recall, refresh your troops, heal your troops, send the troops that are going to defend back over here, and then you save the ones you're going to attack for the surrounding bases. All right, which once again your commanders will determine who that's going to be. All right, now speaking of the commanders, okay, so how I have it broken down is the right side is going to be everyone in the Asian time zones. Okay. The left side is everyone in the European time zones. And the center is everyone that is in the Americas time zones. Okay. Who will be leading it will be determined. Okay. Now, I cannot stress this enough. Do not use speed unless specified. Leave to reinforce or attack the bases according to when the commanders tell you to. Just a regular attack, no speed necessary unless specifically specified. And that shouldn't be until the last 30 minutes of the game. Okay? I promise you, if we have the numbers, we do as command, we will win. It's just a winning formula. Okay. We are going to kick some serious ass. Thank you for your time.